started? All right. So, welcome back everyone to the Conrad Foundation's 2014 Innovation Summit powered by Lockheed Martin. I am Carrie Taylor, the Education and Outreach Director for the Conrad Foundation. Thank you very much for joining us today. Next to take the stage are the 2014 Cybertechnology and Security finalists. Well-designed technology can protect, assist, create pathways to independence. Ingenuity and elegance are often hallmarks of outstanding technology. These characteristics are represented in this year's finalist team product offerings. Their products include increased online account security protection, a device to assess a driver's distraction level to improve on-road safety, a bionic glove that predicts the user's tasks, a computerized speaking device to assist those with muteness and other speech impairments, and a system that combines ultrasonic, infrared sensors, and radio frequency identification to aid the visually impaired. The judges for this session include James McKellen of NASA, the Senior Chief Technology Officer. Oh, my apologies. Mike Nevlis of NASA, JSC, he's an IT specialist. Craig Gelfand of Arndt Fox, partner in charge, Los Angeles office, and also a Conrad Foundation board member. Chris Stott of Manstat, he's their chairman and CEO, and also a Conrad Foundation board member. Regina Schofield of Battelle, Director of Corporate Engagement and Education Outreach, and the person who was behind our C3 presentation yesterday. John Dyson, Information Systems Security Association of North Virginia, Vice President, and Matthew Baca, IBM, Senior Attorney of Intellectual Property Law. Please welcome to the stage our first cyber technology and security team, Bionic Technology from Stanford University Online High School in Plano and Murphy, Texas. Welcome to the stage, guys.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. My name is Vinjay.
And I'm Aditya, and we're Bionic Technologies, here to present IntentSense, a bionic glove for amputees.
Every year, in the United States alone, tens of thousands of finger amputations are treated. Finger amputees can have a very difficult time going about daily life. Imagine that you were missing some of your fingers, and imagine trying to pick up a glass of water, start a car, or brush your teeth. Amazing prosthetic solutions do exist, but they can be expensive and hard to use.
A 2007 study conducted by Biddis et al. Noted that current solutions have a 39% rejection rate by amputees. In 2011, Purzleman et al. Noted that this is primarily due to 4 issues: awkward control, lack of sensory feedback, insufficient functionality, and tedious training and set of procedures. Our solution, IntentSense, addresses all of these issues.
IntentSense is a smart alternative that was featured in the 2013 International Conference on Advanced Mechatronic Systems, the TEDx conference at SMU, as well as the Fox channel in Dallas, Texas. It works by measuring the positions of an amputee's healthy fingers and using this data to make a prediction about their intent. So we have a video on the next slide. Let's demo the glove to show you how it works. So the glove has sensors on it that measures the position of my fingers, and as you can see in our software, a larger bar indicates that my finger is more flexed. So now you're seeing that the glove has successfully predicted that I'm holding a wallet, and it's doing this based on the positions of my fingers.
Here's how the glove works in practice. Now imagine I'm an amputee missing my index finger and I'm trying to grab a water bottle. First, I do so with my healthy fingers, and the glove predicts this action. Then, it sends a bionic finger to the desired location to help me with the task.
Recall that Purzleman's 4 issues that he identified were awkward control, lack of sensory feedback, insufficient functionality, and tedious training and setup. To address the first issue of awkward control, Intense Sense is really user-friendly, and it can adapt to the needs of, it's really user-friendly, and the glove will fill in for all natural movements.
To address the second issue of lack of sensory feedback, we have created force feedback systems that tell the amputee how much force they're exerting on an object. This enables them to pick up fragile objects such as grapes or eggs, and also makes using the device like using a human hand.
Peerdeman's third issue was insufficient functionality. To address that, Intense Sense has very, very high accuracy predictions, as shown by our statistical simulations. Also, Intense Sense has machine learning algorithms that will continue to improve this accuracy rate over time. It's also very highly customizable, and it can adapt to the needs of every amputee.
With other prosthetic solutions, the user has to learn how to operate the device. But with Intense Sense, the device learns how to best serve the user. With its 10-minute setup time, Intense Sense also addresses Peerdeman's fourth issue of tedious training and setup procedures.
Every part in Intense Sense is optimized for low cost. The raw material cost of our prototype was less than $100. For example, consider the microprocessor that's at the heart of the system that performs all the calculations and predictions. It only costs $2.95.
Thus, Intense Sense also has great potential in developing nations. We're planning to chart a plan with philanthropic organizations such as the Barr Foundation, Limbs for Life, and Dynamic and Health Rights to chart a plan to deploy our technology to these nations.
So our first business steps in doing so will be to first conduct clinical trials to obtain regulatory approval, as well as valuable feedback from amputees. We also plan on licensing Intense Sense technology to prosthetics manufacturers and clinics so that we can, yes, for example, touch bionics and advanced arm dynamics, and there are several more which we have identified. Finally, we plan on manufacturing Intense Sense gloves in tiered cycles, so we will make more and more at each step. We also started working on fundraising to be able to pay for all of this. Intense Sense has been selected as a finalist in the Teal Fellowship, as well as the Conrad Foundation, and that's a $100,000 grant.
In conclusion, with its 10-minute setup time, intelligent algorithms, and ease of use, Intense Sense is a smart solution for finger amputees. We believe that our simple, affordable solution can improve the lives of amputees and advance the field further. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Excellent presentation. It's always nerve-wracking to be the first one to go, isn't it? Okay, next we're going to bring to the stage blind sensor navigation from Northville High School and Detroit County Day School in Northern Township, Michigan. Please make them feel very welcome and comfortable on our stage.
Everyone hear me? All right. Hello, everyone. We're Team Blind Sensor Navigation. It's been really amazing seeing all these great ideas from all these great minds here, and now we'd like to present our product. Our product is also called Blind Sensor Navigation, and to introduce it, we'd like to do a little exercise with the audience. So imagine for the next 20 seconds that you're a visually impaired person. Please cover your eyes. How many of you believe that you'd be able to safely navigate out of this room and go to, say, the astronaut gallery and look at the astronauts and maybe leave the building? Now, please give me a show of hands, and how many of you would believe that you'd be able to do that safely without injuring yourself or others or running into obstacles?
Now open your eyes and look around. As you can see, not very many of us are capable of doing such a feat. This is a problem that the visually impaired face every single day of their lives, and I've seen it firsthand with my grandfather, who has macular degeneration. I've seen him go through the struggles from once being able to see to not being able to see, and I've seen him suffer severe injuries because of it. The fact is, current common solutions like guide dogs and white canes just don't cut it.
As we stated, the current common solutions, white canes and guide dogs, are not sufficient in providing safe navigation for the visually impaired. Most specifically, white canes and guide dogs do not protect the user from head-level injuries because they only scan for obstacles below the waist level. On top of that, both these products do not provide object identification for the user, which is what many visually impaired people need when navigating through new situations. Altogether, both of these factors attribute to the high percentage of head-level injuries in the visually impaired. As you can see in the study done by UC Santa Barbara, 41% of visually impaired users of white canes and guide dogs experience head-level injuries once a month.
Taking into account all the issues with the current common solutions, we built Blind Sensor Navigation, the only wearable product out there that provides the 3 key features that the visually impaired need. That is, object identification, sensory feedback, and head-level protection. So how does Blind Sensor Navigation address head-level protection? Blind Sensor Navigation does this by utilizing modules. We have 3 modules. One is on the chest, one is on the left shoulder, and one is on the right shoulder. These modules send and receive ultrasonic data to determine distance from a visually impaired user to any obstacles. Whenever this user comes too close to an obstacle, Blind Sensor Navigation detects this and alerts the user via the sensory stimulus, sound and vibration. The good thing about the Blind Sensor Navigation is it has distance, almost 4 meters of range, and it has a good head-level protection, as you can see by this coverage diagram.
Now let's talk about object identification. Blind Sensor Navigation addresses object identification utilizing a radio frequency identification infrastructure. This RFID infrastructure comes in 2 parts, the RFID reader and the RFID tags. The RFID reader will be implemented by being placed on the end of a visually impaired user's white cane, and they communicate with RFID tags that can be placed at important locations throughout a public building like this museum, at important places like an ATM or bathrooms. And what it does is these tags can be coded with information that store the location data of the object, and they communicate with the RFID reader, which outputs to a speaker notifying the user of what exactly is the object they are facing. Altogether, with object identification and head-level protection, blind sensor navigation effectively addresses safe navigation for the visually impaired. Now let's look at the competition. In researching the market, we found 3 products currently on the market that are technologically driven. These are Wi-Fi, Step Here, and the laser cane. What we found is that none of these products effectively solve the issue of safe navigation for the visually impaired. First, we take a look at Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is an indoor navigation app which is not intended for use with the visually impaired, but has come into use. What we found is that this does not provide any of the 3 key components of safe navigation. Moving on, the Step Here device also only provides object identification for the user, but it does not provide sensory stimulus or head-level protection. Finally, the laser cane is a white cane outfitted with a laser on the end of it, which scans the ground for obstacles and gives sensory feedback to the user. This laser cane does not provide, however, object identification or head-level protection. Blind sensor navigation is the only solution which successfully treats safe navigation in the visually impaired by using object identification, head-level protection, and sensory stimulus.
So let's take a look at the market for blind sensor navigation. There are 5 million severely visually impaired people in the United States, of which 43% are over the age of 65. As more people become visually impaired, an expected 14 million by the year 2030, there's a greater need for a product like blind sensor navigation, which can assist newly visually impaired people in adjusting to their surroundings. Blind sensor navigation has a total market worth of around $1.7 billion, based on a conservative $400 per capita spending. Because of this, blind sensor navigation is a technology-driven solution, and because of this, there's a more need for a product like blind sensor navigation in the market. In conclusion, blind sensor navigation can be a game changer in an industry that is stagnant currently. Blind sensor navigation uses innovative technologies in proven ways to help provide head-level protection, sensory stimulus, and object identification. It has a huge potential to be incorporated on a global market with a market worth of over $20 billion. So the team behind blind sensor navigation is us three standing right on the stage here. And we've been working on this product for over 2 years now and really believe that this product is going to be great and be viable in the future. We've known each other since elementary school and really believe this product is the best. So we'd like to thank Conrad Awards and Conrad Foundation for giving us the opportunity to showcase our products. We'd also like to thank all our advisors, mentors, parents, and teachers for giving us support along the way. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, thank you. Let's give a big round of applause for blind sensor navigation. Next to the stage is Puzzlebot from North Carolina School of Sciences and Mathematics in Durham, North Carolina. School spirit, yes.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our team Puzzlebot, a revolutionary way to replace Captcha in securing our web resources. My name is Alan Jiang.
I'm Sammy Luo.
My name's Saran Kantasaria.
And I'm Jenny Wang.
Let's begin.
Have you ever run into one of those boxes that require you to enter a bunch of jumbled up, squiggly text to access your Facebook or email account? Well, these CAPTCHAs, which are made to tell humans and internet bots apart, and often serve as a gateway to many websites, are extremely frustrating to use because they're so hard to read. Not only this, but they're becoming increasingly easier for bots to bypass, which could lead to your private information being leaked. Our product, Puzzlebot, aims to replace CAPTCHAs through use of a simple, user-friendly puzzle which will improve cybersecurity. So if you look at the top left graph up there, you'll see that the amount of money that businesses put into security as a result of cybercrimes pales in comparison to the actual costs. So from this, users and businesses alike suffer not only from poor security issues, but also from the poor CAPTCHA experience. If you look at the bottom figure, you'll see that 1 in 4 people actually leave websites because CAPTCHAs are so hard to use. Oftentimes, they take multiple tries, about 12 seconds per try.
So let me show you a real-world situation that demonstrates the critical need for a new CAPTCHA system. So many of you are probably familiar with Snapchat, which is a popular social media app that allows you to send funny, self-destructive photos. And so the main issue that Snapchat is facing now is bogus accounts. So bots will try to make fake accounts for the use of spamming or advertising, and this can seriously dilute the Snapchat user experience. So Snapchat said, well, we have to implement a CAPTCHA system, but reCAPTCHA, those squiggly letters, is not going to meet our security needs or provide a fun user experience. So they decided to implement their own CAPTCHA system, which was this ghost logo here, where users have to identify which photos have the ghost logo in the background to differentiate between the bot and the human. Unfortunately, hackers have developed an algorithm to crack the Snapchat CAPTCHA 100% of the time, and the implications of this were that 4.6 million phone numbers were stolen, and this was a huge security breach on Snapchat's part.
Our innovative solution is Puzzlebot. Puzzlebot asks users to piece together a puzzle from a scrambled set of square puzzle pieces. This gives a more enjoyable user experience than solving a standard CAPTCHA, and at the same time allows websites to more securely ensure that their users are indeed humans. When a user opens the puzzle, the pieces are scrambled on the top row. The user then drags the pieces into the corresponding slots of the grid and rotates them to form a target image. This target image is easily recognizable by human users, but not by bots. So what we have is a fun and appealing CAPTCHA system that allows the security of web resources. This is an example of a puzzle in its unassembled state and the corresponding solution.
Oh, so if you could play the video up here, that'd be good. So what we have here is a demo of our working prototype as implemented in our survey. From this, we've gathered that on average, users should take about 10 seconds to solve each puzzle after the learning curve. We also have gathered a few testimonials from our users as from our survey, which I will say aloud. One user mentioned that it felt like I had a goal, better than just deciphering a bunch of confusing words. Another said that it didn't take me 5 tries to get correct. If I had to go through a Captcha every time I paid for something, it could get annoying. And that it's easier for humans and harder for bots to solve, even with a bash. Overall, users agreed with the statement that Puzzlebot is both easier and more pleasant to use than Captchas.
President Obama has determined the cybersecurity threat to be one of the greatest challenges faced by our nation. And at Puzzlebot, we aim to address that challenge. Moving forward, we aim to use Puzzlebot to not only secure our web resources, but also our mobile applications. So imagine every time you had to pay for something on your phone or sign up for a new social network, you wouldn't have to go on your tablet and zoom in, or on your iPhone and zoom in on those small, tiny, squiggly characters and type in the little thing on the little keyboard. Instead, you can easily and simply look at your phone from afar and drag the pieces into the right locations, rotate them to make an image, and then you'd be done with the security and peace of mind that all your resources have been secured. If Snapchat had used our Puzzlebot system, then those 4.6 million phone numbers may not have been stolen. So come with me, invest in Puzzlebot to protect your privacy, pocketbook, and peace of mind. Thank you.
Great job, y'all. How fantastic was that? They did a demo and sent out the survey through the online community, and our entire staff checked it out, and it really does work, and it was a lot of fun trying to make the Eiffel Tower. So next to the stage, we are bringing Quantum Spoker. This is one of our international teams that has traveled here from St. Thomas College in Montlavania, Sri Lanka. Welcome, gentlemen.
So, good morning, everybody. We are Team Quantum Spokers, Transformation of Innovation. I am Vinod Krishan.
And I'm Afzal Fasihuddin. According to WFD, a federation reserved for speech and hearing impaired states that there are about 70 million people with speech and hearing impaired in the world. Among them, 26.5 million in Asia and 70,000 people are from Sri Lanka. When we consider about the methods of communication used by the speech and hearing impaired are sign language, facial gestures, and lip reading. Among them, sign language is the most efficient and the effective way to communicate. When we consider the problems in the sign language, it's difficult to understand by a user who doesn't know sign language, and it's difficult to learn in a short period, and not everyone knows it.
So there are some devices already available in the market to solve the problems of speech and hearing impaired people. Among these devices, Kinect Sign Language Recognition System and the Data Glove Recognition Systems plays an important role. If we consider the limitations of Kinect Sign Language, so they are using a Kinect Xbox, so it is not a portable, it's a very bulky device, we can't use it in an outdoor environment. So if we consider the data glove recognition system, the limitations are the input range is very small, and the user need to build up the word, and it consumes a lot of time. So what we plan is, we plan to reduce all the limitation in existing technology and increase these effective features through our innovative idea. Introducing a real-time solution of the Spoker 900.
So the graphical model of our device. So this is a prototype of our Spoker 900, which is an ID tag-like device which consists of a 3D depth sensor camera and a Bluetooth speaker. And that's the Spoker 900 application installed in an Android platform.
So what is our product? Spoker 900 combines the sign language and spoken language together and translate in real time. The Spoker 900 device consists of 3D depth sensor camera, captures the sign language and recognizes its meaning, which includes the posture and trajectory, and translate its spoken language using an Android application which we call Spoker 900 Pro, which is installed in a smartphone or a tablet. It transfers as a spoken language through the Spoker 900 device, whereas the speaker transfers the spoken language. Let's consider a scenario between where our device is being used.
I am Mary. I am a school teacher and I teach in kindergarten. I like my job very much.
Hi Mary, my name is Richard. I am 27. I am a sales manager. I work for a company that imports electric motors from China.
I am 24. I took this job because I love children and I love teaching.
I am from California. I like swimming and going on treks.
In my free time, I like to watch television and movies.
There are 4 main unique features in our device. First one is the portability. So our product consists of Spoker 900 device and a smartphone. So comparing to the laptop system, these devices are very lightweighted. So the user can use it anywhere, anytime, without any issues. And the second one is a very important key feature in our device. That is self-programming option. The user can introduce new sign language with new meanings, and he can build up his own sign language dictionary. He can update his own sign language dictionary with new pronouns and phrases. By using this, user can communicate easily with his official and family environment. And the third one is the sign language training tutorials. So most of the users are familiar with sign language, but some of the users are not familiar. So to use the Spoker 900 in an efficient manner, the user must have a good knowledge in sign language. To train the users who are not familiar with the sign language, we include the sign language tutorials in our Android application. And the fourth one is the easy and smart use. Our Android application Spoker 900 Pro is well developed, so user can learn easily and use it without any hindrance.
Our goal is to ensure all people with speech and hearing impairments to communicate with each other without any hindrance. Thank you.
Excellent job, gentlemen. Thank you so very much. Next, we are bringing our final team to the stage. It is Text You Later from Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology in Alexandria, Virginia. Please come to the stage. I like that enthusiasm. I want to hear more of that. There you go. Thank you. Good luck. Who's taking your other? All right.
I'm not sure it works. Okay, yeah, it works. Can you go back? We're testing it now, so we don't have to do this during the presentation. It doesn't go back? At all? No, it goes back. Yep. Okay, cool. So, hi, we're Text You Later.
I'm Valerie, Director of Research and Development.
I'm Raghav, Chief Operating Officer.
I'm Matthew, Chief Technology Officer.
And I'm Jasper, Chief Business Officer.
Our product is AutoSense, a dashboard-integrated software solution that aims to mitigate distracted driving. This is the defining product of our time. Now, teens and adults everywhere are carrying their smartphones and devices into increasingly inappropriate situations, like the road. If I were in a car going 55 miles per hour texting, I would have already traveled the distance of a football field in these 5 seconds I've been talking.
All of us have a family member or friend who has been involved in a distracted driving-related accident. We know firsthand how dangerous these electronic distractions can be.
And that's why we created AutoSense. AutoSense intelligently interprets data from a 3D sensor to detect whether or not a driver is distracted.
Let's discuss the market for our solution. We'd like to emphasize that our product applies to an incredibly large market. According to Reuters, car sales have been steadily increasing both nationally and worldwide in the last few years. In 2014 alone, analysts project 16.5 million automobiles sold in the US and 85 million automobiles sold worldwide.
But with an increased number of cars on the road comes an increased risk of accidents caused by distracted driving. It's the top killer for teens like us, above cancer and suicide. The New York Times reports that 1 in 84 people will die from car accidents. It could happen to someone in this room. Even scarier, there is no real solution. For many Americans, the most dangerous thing you do every day is drive. Marketing AutoSense as a safety feature to be implemented in as many new car models as possible will be instrumental to the success of our product. Now, Valerie will speak about the technological specifics of our product.
AutoSense combines a number of emerging technologies to combat all types of distractions on the road, not just texting. This unique approach allows AutoSense to effectively refocus drivers based on how the driver is currently driving, unlike today's safety features, which respond to what the driver has just done. 3 core features are at the heart of AutoSense's value proposition: algorithmic analysis of data outputs by a 3D sensor, smart implementations of onboard services to build contextual awareness, and machine learning. Preliminary trials with our prototype has already shown a 150% increase in driving performance in starting simulations.
TextViewLater also performed extensive community outreach. Through the use of various social media outlets such as Facebook, Google+, and YouTube, we reached out to the general public to raise awareness of the dangers of distracted driving, as well as our product, AutoSense. We were also featured on major news channels, including NBC and WUSA 9. Finally, we performed market assessments through surveys and received an overwhelmingly positive response from our community.
And now we'd like to show you our team video.
My aunt nearly died from sending a simple text.
One of my close friends was going to college one morning when a drunk driver ran into the side of his car. The car crashed into a pole. He died on impact.
My friend's mother was looking away for an instant to check a text. The next thing she knew, her ribs were broken.
The car drifted into the next lane. Her head was still turned away from the road when the head-on collision broke nearly every bone in her body.
And now we're supposed to drive. What if this happens to me?
Me. Me.
Me.
Together we can solve this problem.
Hi, we're the creators of AutoSense. We don't have to tell you that distracted driving is on the rise and taking more lives than ever across the globe.
AutoSense is our device engineered to refocus drivers when they engage in distracted behaviors, such as applying makeup, eating, or texting.
AutoSense's key selling point is its innovative 3D sensing technology. By tracking points on a driver's face in 3D space, it programmatically determines if a driver is distracted or not.
After a short period of time, AutoSense provides an auditory stimulant to refocus the driver. Measuring head movements in space allows AutoSense to recognize distracted driving-related activities such as eating, texting, and fatigue.
This globally prevalent problem requires global implementation of our product. And we know that if we can just save one life, all our time and effort will have been worth it.
So, thank you so much for listening, and get ready to buckle up and drive with us to a safer tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, that was a very good job. Wow. Congratulations to all of the teams who presented today. I think that, well, at least I hope you're all in agreement with me that they really went above and beyond what we could have expected for presentations today. They were each in their very own ways exceptional. Thank you very much to our presenting sponsor, Lockheed Martin, for their support in the Spirit of Innovation Challenge and making today possible. I'd like to thank once more our judges, James McKellen of NASA, Chief Technology Officer, Mike Nevlis, NASA JSC IT Specialist, Craig Gelfand of Ardent Fox, Partner in Charge in the Los Angeles office, Chris Stott, Manstat, Chairman CEO, Regina Schofield of Battelle as their Director of Corporate Engagement in Education and Outreach, John Dyson from ISSA Nova, North Virginia, and Matt Baca, IBM Senior Attorney of Intellectual Property Law. Now let's give a final round of applause to Bionic Technology, Blind Sensor Navigation, Puzzlebot, Quantum Spoker, and Text You Later. So just a couple points for today. Lunch service will be served in the Zero G Diner at noon. We have a special exhibit and speaker who will be showcasing a special collection of space exploration memorabilia. Today's fireside chats take place in the club room at 3 o'clock and at 4 o'clock. Be sure to get there early because we want to make sure you have a place to sit. You'll be hearing from Rave Mehta and Amber Gell of Lockheed Martin. And as a reminder, dinner is taking place at our street festival, which is out front of Space Center Houston. We're going to have food trucks, game trucks, laser tag, giant Jenga. Is going to be a wonderful time. Now, our judges, if you will please follow Holly Anderson, and you will be going to the Space Center Houston boardroom for your judging sessions. Students, you'll be following Alex, and she'll be taking you for your first photo, and then we'll begin your sessions. Thank you, everyone, and we greatly appreciate your attention and support of our students today. Thank you.